Okay, so let's get started on the topic. So yesterday we learned some more data types, especially the data structure of list and dictionary. And today I'll be just covering the more. I mean, tuple and set is yet to be covered. So I'll be covering tuple and set. So after covering of tuple and set, I'll be covering the basic stuffs of conditional statement, then looping part. Okay, and after that the user defined function UDF. Okay, we learned in inbuilt function. Inbuilt function actually it's already there in Python interpreter itself, but those are the new things. I mean, for new functions to be created, how to create the same one. So this is the way to create UDF. Okay, let's quickly start the thing. So tuple and set, if we could remember what is list, list. Okay, the structural difference of the list is list should be started the square bracket. Okay, so earlier when we are trying to create a list, so this is the way we can put list over here. The list of items can be put over here. And the main difference of tuple, the structural difference is it's this bracket for tuple. Okay, so I'm just putting T1 over here, declaring a tuple. It can be heterogeneous as well. Okay, let me print the type. I'm just putting the type of T1. Yeah, it's a tuple. So this is the only structural change between list and tuple. But what are the other changes? What are the main functional changes? Tuple is tuple is immutable in nature. That thing I have mentioned yesterday. List is mutable. So that's why I can assign a list. Assign a particular element in the list, in the same list. You can modify something in the same list. So that is possible for list. So lots of methods I can work on top of list, just like append, insert, popping up elements. So those kind of stuffs, those kind of methods we already checked it yesterday. But for tuple, as the tuple is fixed in nature, it's not mutable. We can create new tuple on top of this tuple. That is fine. But the same tuple I cannot able to modify it. So that is why tuple is called immutable. Okay, so this is the main functional change. So that I mentioned earlier, suppose we are designing or developing something, uh, and suppose I need to collect some static parameter. I have to define some static parameter which cannot be modified during runtime or during the program time or intermediate things. Then we can choose to declare a tuple instead of list. Okay, if the particular object is subject to modify for any programming cases or anything, then we have to choose list. Okay, especially list has the various functionality with mutable operation, and also for all the mutating things we will be choosing list. And if it's not mutable in nature, then we need to choose tuple. Otherwise, there is no such difference for tuple and list. Okay. Uh, okay. Let me just show you how to. What are the different methods available in tuple. There is only two methods as of now. Those are Dunner methods. Dunner methods will be learning later. Starting with double underscore, then add. So we'll be learning later this thing. As of now, you can focus only two methods, that is count and index. It's similar, just like whatever you have learned for list count and list index. So just like if I put count, if I just want to check the repetition of number, 2. What is the frequency 2 is having here? Okay, it's present only one time. Let me put 2 over here as well. Okay, 2 is available 2 times. That is the thing. It's same as list. So what are the other things? Index. Okay, let me just read it out. What is this thing? Index, index value, start, stop. Okay, just like it's defining the position of that particular element. So index means if I just put something over here, the element, suppose 1, it's giving me the index of 1. Okay, that's it. 2, it should be defining the first occurrence of 2, the index. I mean, the index is same just like list. So this is the 0th position. This is first, second, third, fourth. So this way, index will be just returning the particular element's position. That's it. So there are two more parameters we can put based on the start position and end position. So it can also give me the index number. Okay. Tuple slicing part is same. Whatever we have learned yesterday. 0th position, it will be returning 1, 2. Okay. We can also slice the thing, slice the entire tuple by this way. 0, comma, 1. I mean this way. I think you can understand. I'm not repeating it one more time into whatever we have learned for list. The slicing is same as tuple. So that's the only thing for tuple. You already know list, so you can also do the same time kind of operation, but not all the things, because append, insert, those kind of will not occurring because it's a mutable one. It's a immutable one. Okay. Moving ahead with the set. So how to declare set? Set should be, I mean, we'll be starting with curly braces. Can put any element over here. Okay. So the main thing for tuple, this line, ordered collection of unique objects. So I can declare set in this way, but when I'll be returning set, okay, I can see 78 there and 6 is there. I mean, it should be when I'll be just returning or I'll be typing S1, it can help me with ordering it. You can see it's been ordered with ascending manner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 78. Okay. Even if I can put some duplicate value, I'm putting 6 once more time. Okay. So set has the ability, it can decorate it or it can organize it on top of ordering it. I mean, ascending manner. Okay. And as well as it will remove the duplicates. In list and tuple, we are not removing any duplicates. Whatever things we are pushing it over there, the same thing we can get it. But for set, for use of, okay, now for use of set, I mean, we just need to think of whether the elements should be duplicate in nature or not duplicate in nature. If it is, if we just have to eliminate some duplicate or just create some unique objects over there, then we need to choose set. Okay. And for set, actually, if we just want some set related operation, so we already know what is set theory. in particular SQL stuff also you have learned, just like union, intersection, minus, those kind of stuffs. So if we just want to perform set theory between two or more sets, then we can go ahead with set data type. Okay, let me show you something. Let me collect the odd number over here. 1, 3, 5, 7. I'm taking another set. It is the set of even number. Okay, so I'll be applying those kind of methods. Union. Inside union, I'm passing S2. Okay, so this is the union. We are unioning it. Unioning means if you can know the Venn diagram stuffs and all the things will be merged. Okay, but if there is any duplicate, suppose I have 7 over here as well. One is also available over here. First of all, it will be determining the union. Then it will be checking anything is duplicate. That thing should be discarded because set final answer cannot be duplicate in nature. That I already mentioned. Set is ordered collection of unique objects. Okay. Likewise, copy. I mean, we can copy one set to another set. Suppose I want to create another S3, S3 set. Okay. So S3 equal to S2 dot copy. Okay. So there will be new set will be created called S3. Okay. That's the copy method. What are the other things? Okay. Difference, intersection, and union. For these three, there is not only three, lots of things are available. I mean, kind of set theory, but difference, intersection, union, those are the main thing. Union, we already learned it. If you just want to go ahead with intersection, we remove this line. Okay, S1 intersection S2. Intersection means the common part. Okay. I mean, what are the common thing available between S1 and S2? Only 1, 7. 1, 7 is present over here as well as here. So 1 and 7. Now, the other things is difference. Difference means maybe the particular element is available in S1 but not in S2. If I just put difference, so the particular elements that is present in S1 is not present in S2. That is 3 and 5 should be the answer. Let me check it. Yeah, 3 and 5 is present over here, which is not present over here. For difference operator, difference method, the position will be mattered. If I put S2 over here and S1 over here, it's occurring on top of S2. So what the things are available in S2, not S1, that should be the answer. It should be 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. So this should be the answer. Okay. What are the other things? Let me check. Yeah, those are the things found set. So most probably we have covered all the data type. Just for a quick recap once more time. So those, I mean, last 5 string, list, tuple, set, dictionary, those are collection of data or data structures we can say. And based on different operation, we have to choose the thing. So inside that thing, we can inside this inside this 5 data types, top 4 data types, we can call by each of the element by the index. But for dictionary, the indexing is already been inserted as a logic by key value pair. Okay. So key is the index of each of the values should be having an index that is called the key. Okay. So yesterday we checked that we can call one of the value by not by its index, rather by its key. Okay. So this is one of the main difference. And apart from that, Some of the things are mutable, some of the things are not mutable. We already learned it. Based on our operation, what kind of operation we'll be doing on top of that particular data type, we have to choose what thing we require while declaring the thing. Okay. So, is there any doubt from anyone? Okay, I hope no. Moving on to the next, conditional logic on top of Python. Okay, data types is covered. So some basic thing actually, I mean, if you already covered C or any other languages, I mean, those are the basic thing we need to cover. Conditional logic, looping part. I mean, for object-oriented programming, we'll be learning class methods. It should be covered by tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be covering class methods as well as we'll be starting with some importing external classes. Okay, we'll be learning pandas. We'll be introducing pandas as well. Okay, so till today, the basic things should be covered. From tomorrow onwards, we'll be starting Python as a data engineer tool. But definitely, this kind of list tuple it can be used over there. I mean, in pandas as well. So that's why if we learn the things, the basic should be covered. Our basic should be cleared with us. We can definitely design our coding between ourselves. Okay. Okay. So what is conditional logic? So generally we can go ahead with if else statement. Uh, Suppose let me take a number from user. Okay. X equal input. Input is a inbuilt function. We have learned it yesterday. Enter a number. Okay. Now whatever I'll be receiving by this function, it should be string in nature. That thing we have learned. That's why I'm just wrapping it inside an integer so that whatever things I'll be receiving, I'll be converting into integer and storing the value in the variable x. Okay, that thing we already learned. Otherwise, we cannot operate any arithmetic operation or numerical operation or integer kind of operation on top of x. Now, our motto is to check and return the result whether the particular variable is odd or even in nature. Okay. So we can go ahead with the statement if x to sorry equals 0. That means this is the operator remainder operator. I'm dividing by I mean x by 2. If the remainder is 0, then it should be even number. Okay. So simple statement if this is this, then we just have to put a colon and press enter. If when we are pressing enter, you can see the line is not starting from here, rather it's starting with a space or tab. So this is called indentation. Okay. This an even number. Okay. Now indentation is not required. I'm pressing a backspace. Else keyword should be there and the same kind of print. It is an odd number. Okay. This is a simple program. Just two or I mean one or two more things. We have learned indentation. So for Python, this kind of I mean spaces will generate that. Why that is happening? Because that will helping us whether that particular statement should be running underneath the above statement. that is the required one, whether we need to put indentation. Because over here it plays a major key role. In other languages, we are using some bracket to mention that whether the underneath statements are inside the above line. Okay. So this line I'm not putting, if I just indentation, put the indentation over here, that means else is a part of this if. If I'm just putting an indentation over here, this else means this indentation is under this statement. So this else should be running underneath this statement. Okay. So that's why Python is maintaining indentation just to, knowing ourselves what particular statement is running underneath which particular statement. Okay. So let me just run this. Just putting an enter a number 45, pressing enter. It's an odd number. So it's going over here. It's not matching with this statement because there should be remainder of 1 and it's coming really to else and printing it. Okay. Let me run it with a even number as well. Suppose 6. Okay. Putting 6. It's an even number. Okay. It's very simple program but helpful. And just we learned indentation that should be required for loop as well. We'll be learning quickly. And just to remember once more time that, if you have already learned for SQL, yeah, that things I have already told you. SQL is case sensitive. It's not a case sensitive for SQL, but it's over here in Python. It's case uh, sensitive, of course, as well as this kind of indentation we need to think while developing any Python code. Okay. Okay. Conditional logic, it's done. Yeah. Maybe when you are developing some code, it should not be so much easy. And one more thing, if you want to put some more conditions, so if there is only one condition, the number can be even or odd. If there are multiple conditions, then if the other thing should be elif. Okay. The other condition you can put in elif. There should be another condition, you can put something more. Okay. Here should be another. The other conditions you can put multiple elif over here. Okay. So this is the thing I just want to show you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Tell me.
So this elif will be without tab or with tab? Under if.
No. Let me give you an example. So
Okay.
let's take how we can represent it. Multiple condition. Okay. Suppose a particular student received a marks. Okay. Within 500, he received a marks. So I'm segregating the result by grade. If the marks is if x greater than 400, it's outstanding. If the second condition, okay. If x greater than equal, let me put it, x less than 400 and should be 1 x greater than 300, print average. I think you can understand the thing now. Let me put another condition, copying it and pasting it over here. Sorry. So this ellipse should be another one. So now this should be 300 and 250 or 200. below average. Let me put in this manner. Else, it should be fail. Okay. 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 Now, did you get it? This should be the way we can represent it.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So if for multiple condition, we cannot put if for the other conditions as well as else. Uh, so if should be represent only once. After that, whatever thing should be coming in the same iteration. Maybe inside this, if I want to put some more conditions, then I can put if as well. I was trying to mention this thing. Okay. Inside the if condition, I can put some more conditions that can be if, but inside one if condition, we should not put multiple else, multiple if. I mean, inside the same indentation or same conditional operator, we should not be using multiple if. Okay. Just give me 1 second, please. I'm coming back. Okay, sorry. Just someone calls me from outside. That's why. Okay. I'm running this program just to check whether we are fine with the coding. Let me put some number. So suppose no, let me put 350. Whether it's working or not. Something wrong happens. It's taking fail. Okay, some condition is wrong. Less than 400. Okay, and was not working with this manner. Okay, the earlier statement and was not working. We need to put logical and by this A and D. That's it. Okay, now you can see 350. It should be average marks. If we just start with 250, just to check. Yeah, below average, and the other statement which is not including these ranges, that should be returning as fail. Okay, fine. Huh. So going ahead to the next topic, for loop. Looping part, it's just like iteration. Okay. So for loop, we need to think about this kind of stuffs. What is iterable? So while running for loop, we need to declare some iterable. What is iterable? Iterable is those the last 5 data structure that we have learned from yesterday and today. The last 5 data type. You can declare any one. Suppose I'm declaring one list L1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5. Hello. I'm putting a boolean one as well. True. Anything. Okay. For there should be a loop variable. For I is a loop variable. In now we need to put a iterable I in L1. So list is working as a iterables. That means a collection of elements. Otherwise, there is no concept of loop. If we do not have any iterables with us, then where to loop in? How we can iterate it? So we need a definite iterables. They can be list, They can be tuple, they can be set, they can be dictionary, they can be string, anything. So this should be the way for a loop variable I in L1 colon press enter. It should be starting with indentation. The same kind of steps, whatever we have learned while learning the if clause. Okay. Print I. Let me just quickly check it. This is the way to check the list element one by one. If I just going to print the list over here, it should be the same manner we can write it. But over here, we can write each element in each line. Okay. This is the first print. And this is the second print. This is the iteration. I is inserting over here. At a time, it should be catching one element. And we are printing it. We are printing it. The first print has been done one. Then it's going back to the iteration once more time. I is now pointing to next element of the same iterable. 2. We are printing 2. Again, the loop is running. And for the I is pointing to the third element, that is 3. And it's returning this 3 over here. Okay. So this is the concept. Okay. Now, if we just go ahead with dictionary, for tuple set, it's almost same, no changes. We can use the same way. If I just put, set, or let me declare a tuple, there is no changes. I'm just changing tuple. Okay, it's a tuple only. You can see. So there'll be no changes. But if I just go ahead with some dictionary part, let me show you. A bit modification is required over here. Okay, I'm just declaring something. Suppose 1. First element is 1. Second element is 2. The key value. Okay. See. Okay, it's a dictionary. So this is the first key value pair. This is the second key value pair. This is the third key value pair. If I just going to print the same, okay, what this thing should return? You can see in the returning part, they are not returning entire stuffs over here. Rather, they are returning the keys 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So I in L1, we are printing only the keys. So how to print all the thing? We can use some method. L1 dot. So L1 is a dictionary over here. Okay. So if we want to print the values, we can create values. Then we should be getting one A, B, and C. Okay. A, B, and C. So if we just put dot values, it's a method on top of the dictionary, then we can get only the values. If we just get the items, it should be the entire stuffs. Yeah. So you can see it's in 1A. So if we just put items method, we can get this thing. And by default, if we do not put anything, it should be by default returning the keys only. So these three things for dictionary is very important to learn as a iterable how dictionary can be used. Okay. So what are the other things? Okay, indentation. Why we should mention indentation? Based on the print is working inside that indentation. If we are just print this thing outside this indentation, then there should be a bit different. Okay, here it's not working because I'm declaring I in the for loop. If I print the thing outside this for loop, then it's not properly working. because it's not getting this statement. It's not working underneath any statement. So it will not think about this and it's not able to get I variable, because I, for loop, if I just mention this thing under this one, then only it should work. Otherwise, it will not get I, where the value of I over here. So we need to maintain proper indentation where to use or not. Otherwise, it should not be working. Okay. So what are the next topic? Dictionary maintaining. Okay. Range function is there. We can create a range function. Range functions it's a indentation. I mean, it's a iterables as well. If we do not have list dictionary available with us, we can use range function. Suppose for I in, we can create a range function by this manner. Range. Okay. So range, inside the range function, the starting value, we can put some starting value. Okay. Some ending value. Suppose 10, and the intervals, it can be, okay, let me put 1. By default, it should be 1 as well. Let me just print it. Okay. So this is the output. So in range functions, this is the first number. This is the last number. I mean, the numbers cannot be greater than equal. The number should be less than equal to. That means initializing by 1, less than this number, not less than equal. Okay, I cannot print 10 by the range function over here. It should be less than 10. And the third field, we can put some intervals. If we just put 2 over here, by default, it should be 1. That's why it's printed 1, 2, 3, 4. If I do not put anything, it should be 1 by default. If I just put 2, it should be giving me with the interval of 2. Okay. So this is the operation of third field over here. Okay. There is nested loop as well. Inside the loop, I can declare another loop. Just I need to print in proper indentation. Okay, let me declare another list for this one. L1, I'm just taking a list. Suppose it is a character list A, B, C. Okay. So for J in list 1, I'm printing within this. So this particular thing would be working directly under this, and let me print I comma J in this manner. Okay. So over here, how it's working? 1, 2, 4. Not putting any range over here. Okay. So the first iteration, we have 1 over here. Now it's entering this for loop. It's this for loop. We have 3 elements. The first element, it should be catching, and it's printing 1A. It's done. Then it's coming back to the this particular iterations one more time. This for loop. Now its value should be B. So 1B, then 1C. So the thing should be working just like this. For individuals element of this for loop should be having, each of the elements should be having 3 elements of list 1. Okay, that is the thing. 1A, 1B, 1C, 2A, 2B, 2C, and 3A, 3B, 3C. That's all. Okay, but we need to maintain the indentation properly. Under which for loop it should be working or not, this kind of stuff. So you have to maintain it properly. Okay. Okay. How to create while loop? It's similar. For while loop, a bit difference is there, but the function is similar. For while we need to declare the loop variable at the beginning. Suppose I equal 1. Okay. While I less than equal 10, we can put this kind of conditions. We do not need any iterables over here. Not 1, it's I. Okay. Print I. Now in the next topic, I have to increase I plus 1. Okay. So this is while loop. We are not using any iterables. It's simple. Whatever you have learned, if you learned already C++, this kind of stuff you already learned there. Initializing the variable first, then put the conditions over here and print it. Now there can be increment operator on top of I or decrement operator on top of I. Okay. Any doubt from anyone? Okay, I hope no. So the last topic for today's session. Okay, no, it's not the last topic. Break and continue. Inside the loop, we have two elements we can use, that is called break and continue. Just to know, show you the difference. Break means if inside that particular loop, uh, we are creating a particular, suppose I'm inside that thing, I'm searching the thing in this manner. Print I plus 1. If the element is I equal 7, equal 7. Print. Okay, I'm just, when I'm getting I equal 7, I'm breaking the loop. I can use the break statement. I can use the break statement over here directly. Or no. Okay. So this I'm returning from the loop. Okay. This print is returning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now when I'm just putting a condition when I equal 7, over here I has been incremented by 7. After 6 it is incremented by 7. So the condition in the putting in such a way that when I'm receiving 7, the loop will be breaking. Okay. If I equal 7, I'm using break statement. That means the loop will break. Now the value of I is 7. Okay. I'm not printing this thing anymore. Then I will be receiving only 7. Yes. So break means if we use this break statement anywhere inside the loop, whatever, the iteration will be stopped. It will be going outside of this loop. It will be breaking the loop itself. Okay. It will break the loop and come outside of the loop. So whatever value I was there of I till that time, it will be returning only this thing. I'm out printing this statement outside this while loop because it's not inside the indentation of while. Okay, I was capturing 7. When I have used the break statement, that's why it's returned us 7. Okay, so this is the way we can use break statement. Break is breaking the thing from the loop and returning. It should be breaking the entire flow from the loop. We will be going outside of the loop. There is another statement called continue. Continue can be used. It's similar kind of break, but a bit different. Break is just breaking entire loop system. It's not there. Continue will be breaking only that current iteration. Okay. If I put continue means continue will break current iteration. So over here till this point we are in iteration 7 or iteration 6 I equal to 6. Now by this operator I has been increased by 7. Okay. So if I put continue over here, if I put any statement, ABC statement over here, some more statement over here, it will not read this kind of stuffs anymore. Rather, it will be coming outside of this iteration I equal 7. It should be going ahead with the next iteration I equal 8. Okay. So if I put break over here, it will not check for iteration. It can directly break the entire loop system and it should be coming outside of the loop. But continue means it will be breaking the current iteration. That means I equal 6 and it will be continue with the next iteration. That is I equal 7. Okay. So that's all for break and continue. Okay. Now the last topic is function. Function means it can be, it should be user defined functions actually, UDF. So functions have an inbuilt function we have already learned over here. Just like print is an inbuilt function for this Python interpreter. We learned input. We learned yesterday. We learned on string. We have learned length function. We learned uh, some other things as well. Just like absolute, pin. Those are the numeric functions. Okay, those things we have learned already. But if we just want to create some inbuilt, that UDF, that means user defined function. Same kind of functions we can create by your own with the different features or functionality. How to do that? Suppose let me create a function. How to create a function? So we need to use def keyword. Def means definition. Put a function name. Suppose cube of a number. Okay, I'll be just creating a function cube of a number. Okay. So inside this cube function, I need to pass the parameter. So while doing the operation, I need to pass a particular number. At the output, I'll be receiving the cube of that number. Okay. So definition cube x. Okay. On returning, I can get x cross x cross x. Okay. So the structure should be same kind of loop. Def this, put a colon, press enter. It will be starting in the next line with the indentation. Okay. Then put return the particular coding part. Now, if I just call this function outside this particular statement, suppose call 3, also returning Q4. Okay, let me print the result. Give me 1 second. Let me use a print statement. Okay, so this is the output I'm receiving. Over here, the usage of the function means I can create this kind of code only once and I can use this kind of calculation anytime. So when our function is ready, I can call this kind of functions over here. So cube of 3, I'm passing the parameter as 3. Just I need to change the parameter over here. That's it. Okay. So if we can put multiple things as well. Just like add, I'm using a add function. Passing two particular thing, x and y. So the printing should be okay. I'm just putting some f string, the addition addition equal. Okay, let me pass this thing inside a string x plus y. Okay, putting additions. Addition. Okay, so multiple parameters I'm passing. I'm just doing an addition over here, and I'm using this function multiple times. Any times I want to add any more numbers. Okay, that can be possible. Okay, so this is the usefulness of UDF for functions. We can declare it one time and use that kind of functions multiple time. That is the useful. How we can use the add operator, or the particular functions multiple times over here. Okay, any doubt from any one of you? So this is the last topic actually for today. The basic thing is functional. Whatever we have learned for today, just a quick repetition. Conditional logic, that means if else, then the for loop, then functions, and at the beginning we have learned two more data type, that is tuple and set. Okay, so those are the all for today's session. Tomorrow there should be no classes, and Monday onwards the classes should be there again. We'll be learning class. Class is the main part for this object oriented programming. We'll be quickly learning class. Then we'll be importing an external class, and how to use that class. Our basic data engineering part should be learning on top of Python should be that day onwards. Okay. So these 2 or 3 days we have used for the basic stuffs on Python. Hopefully you have learned it. If you have PyCharm, you can also try to have a quick exercise on top of that thing. Okay. I'll be giving an exercise to all of you. Okay. I think I have the exercise handy my side. Can try to resolve this one. Give me 1 second. Okay. Try to resolve this one. It's top of list. Declare two lists. One is L1 and L2. Now take input from the user. Okay. So based on the user's input, if the particular value or if the particular number is even, then insert it or append it within L1 list. And if this is odd in nature, then append it into L2 list. Just copy this thing at your own notepad or anything, and solve it by your own. You have 2 days time. It's very simple actually. On Monday onwards, we'll be checking that result. How to do that. Okay. I think you have copied it. Or any more stuck point, whatever we have learned for today. If there is nothing, then we can wrap up for today's session. And again, we'll be connecting Monday onwards. Any
Excuse
doubt?
me, sir.
Yeah. Tell me.
Can you please share any exercises of SQL also, like this you have shared of Python?
SQL, I have shared one, correct?
Yeah, that I know. I have done that. If you have any, otherwise it's okay. I will find it
No
somewhere.
issue, no issue. We can share one more exercise, 1, 2 more
Okay,
exercise.
that's
Yeah.
yeah, that will be very good for
Yeah, let
like.
me complete Python, or as we have started Python, Python will take some more for 5 to 6 days as well for data stuffs. After completion of the stuffs, we can quickly have a SQL exercise again. Okay.
Okay,
I
sure.
entered day for SQL exercise. We can recap the things. I can give some exercise. Let me ready the exercise. Okay. Based
Sure,
on
sure.
data, we can do some exercise on top of SQL, maybe some complex problem as well. That can be help you with a real life problem. I mean, when you are on in a project or just like this, so that can be helpful to solve your issue. No issue.
Okay.
Yeah, we can definitely try the same.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So
Thank
let's
you.
try
Have
this thing
a
and let's connect Monday to solve this. And Monday we can start with new things as well. And after that, we can go ahead with SQL stuffs one more time. If there is any doubt, I can quickly clarify the same. Okay, then. Thanks everyone
thank you.
and have a great weekend to you.
Yes.